Napoleon Hill spent 20 years studying success, 20 years interviewing the greatest minds of his time. And from all that research, he discovered something that changed everything. He discovered that successful people are not different because they are smarter. They are not different because they are born lucky. They are different because of one thing. They have what Hill called a definite purpose. And this is the philosophy that would define his entire life's work. Napoleon Hill said this, and I want you to really hear it. A man without a purpose is like a ship without a rudder. He drifts. And the drifter, my friend, is always under the control of someone else's will. Think about that. A ship without a rudder does not stay still. It does not stop. It moves, but it moves randomly. It goes wherever the wind and current push it. It has no direction, no control, no destiny of its own. And that is what happens to a human being without purpose. You might be working, you might be busy, you might be doing things, but you are drifting. You are moving in whatever direction life pushes you. You have no control over your own destiny. This is the first philosophy of Napoleon Hill. Before anything else, before success, before wealth, before achievement, you must have a purpose, a burning, definite, clear purpose. Not a vague wish, not a maybe, not a someday I would like to. A definite purpose, something so clear, so specific, so real, that you can write it down in one sentence. Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." This is perhaps his most famous saying, and most people hear it and think it is about positive thinking, about wishful thinking, about daydreaming. But that is not what it means. Hill is talking about something much deeper. He is talking about the power of conception combined with belief. Conception means to imagine, to visualize, to create a clear mental picture of what you want. Belief means to truly, deeply in your heart and soul, believe that it is possible for you. Not hope, not wish, but believe. And when you combine these two things, conception and belief, then achievement becomes inevitable. But here is what most people miss. You cannot just conceive something once and forget about it. You cannot visualize once and expect results. Hill teaches that you must hold the conception in your mind constantly. You must repeat it. You must visualize it daily. You must condition your mind like a muscle. He said, "You must feed your mind with faith and starve it of doubt." What you put into your mind determines what comes out of your mind. If you fill your mind with news about problems, with stories about failure, with thoughts about what is wrong, then your mind will produce more problems, more failure, more wrongness. But if you deliberately feed your mind with faith, with possibility, with belief, with stories of people who overcame, then your mind will produce those things. This is not denial. This is not ignoring reality. This is deliberately choosing what you focus on. And this leads to the next principle that Hill taught, the principle of autosuggestion. Hill said, "Autosuggestion is the principle by which you awaken the power within you." What is autosuggestion? It is the method by which you speak to your own subconscious mind. Your conscious mind can think about things, but your subconscious mind is much more powerful. It controls your beliefs, your emotions, your actions. And the way you reach your subconscious is through repetition, through emotion, through speaking. Hill taught that you must speak your purpose to yourself, not once, but daily, not softly, but with emotion, with conviction, with fire. He said, "Your words are the architects of your destiny. Speak with power, or do not speak at all." If you wake up in the morning and say, "I am tired. Nothing works for me. I cannot do this," then you are speaking destruction into your life. But if you wake up and say, with conviction, "I am capable. I am worthy. My purpose burns brighter than my fear," then you are speaking creation into your life. Your own voice, speaking to your own subconscious. This is auto-suggestion, and this is one of the most powerful tools Hill ever taught. But then, Hill taught something that most people do not want to hear. He said, "Desire alone is not enough. You must have desire combined with definiteness of purpose and faith that you will achieve it." Lots of people have desire. Lots of people want to be rich, want to be successful, want to be happy. But desire alone is just a feeling. It is like wishing on a star. It feels good for a moment, and then it disappears. True desire must be combined with definiteness of purpose. It must be specific. It must be clear. It must be something you can write down and read every day. And it must be combined with faith, not just hope. Faith, the belief that it will happen. Hill taught that this combination, desire plus definite purpose plus faith, creates an unstoppable force. And then came the principle that separated Hill from other teachers. He taught about the mastermind principle. Hill said, "No man can succeed alone, but no man succeeded who waited for others to believe in him first." This is crucial. Hill understood that you cannot build anything alone. You need other people. You need support. You need collaboration. But he also understood that you cannot wait for permission. You cannot wait for others to believe in you. You must believe in yourself first. And then you find other people who share your purpose. Other people who are also on a journey of growth. And together, you create something greater than any individual could create alone. This is the mastermind principle. A group of minds coming together, focused on a common purpose, creating synergy that multiplies each person's power. But perhaps the most important principle Hill taught was about persistence. He said, "Most people give up just before the miracle happens. They quit at the 1-yard line." Think about this. Imagine running toward a goal, running hard, running with everything you have, and you are so close you can almost touch it. And then you give up, you stop, you sit down, and the goal is right there, just a few more steps away. This is what happens to most people. They quit just before success. Hill taught that you must develop persistence, the ability to keep going even when it feels impossible, even when you cannot see results, even when everyone is telling you to quit. He said, "Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a stepping stone to success." Every failure teaches you something. Every rejection shows you something. Every setback is preparing you for a comeback. The person who succeeds is not the person who never fails. It is the person who fails and keeps going anyway. And then Hill taught about the importance of a burning desire. He said, "Success comes to those who are willing to sacrifice. Success comes to those who are willing to be misunderstood. Success comes to those who are willing to stand alone." You cannot have real success without sacrifice. You cannot achieve something meaningful without giving something up. This is what separates people who dream from people who achieve. People who dream want success but do not want to sacrifice. They want the benefits without the cost. But people who achieve, they understand that every gain requires a loss. Every victory requires a sacrifice. And they are willing to make that sacrifice. So let me bring this all together. Let me tell you what Napoleon Hill really taught. Hill taught that success is not mysterious. It is not luck. It is not reserved for special people. Success is a science. It follows laws. And if you understand those laws and apply them, you will achieve what you set out to achieve. The first law is, have a definite purpose. Something so clear and specific that you can write it down. The second law is, conceive it and believe it. Visualize it. Condition your mind to accept it as real. The third law is, feed your mind with faith. Speak to your subconscious with auto-suggestion. Tell yourself the truth of what you are capable of. The fourth law is, build a mastermind. Find other people who share your purpose. Together you are stronger. The fifth law is, persist. Do not quit. The person who wins is not the person who never fails. It is the person who fails and keeps going. The sixth law is, sacrifice. Be willing to give up comfort for your purpose. Be willing to stand alone if you must. And here is what Hill wanted you to understand about all of this. He said, you have within you a power that is greater than any circumstance, greater than any obstacle, greater than any failure. That power is your mind, your faith, your will. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are not trapped by your past. You are not limited by what other people believe about you. You are a creator. You are a builder. You are capable of conceiving and achieving anything that you truly believe is possible. This was Napoleon Hill's philosophy, and this is what he spent 20 years proving. Through hundreds of interviews, through countless case studies, through the real lives of real people who went from nothing to something great. So the question for you is simple. Do you have a definite purpose? Or are you drifting? Can you write down in one sentence what you really want to achieve? If you cannot, then that is your first step. Not tomorrow, not someday, but today. Write down your definite purpose. Make it clear. Make it specific. Make it burning. And then, feed your mind with faith. Speak it to yourself daily. Visualize it. Condition your mind to accept it as real. And then, keep going. No matter what. Through failure. Through rejection. Through doubt. Because Napoleon Hill proved one thing beyond any doubt. The person who has a definite purpose, combined with faith, combined with persistence, cannot be stopped. This is not hope. This is not positive thinking. This is the law of success. And it works. We have come to the end of today's talk. But before you close this screen and go back to the noise of the world, let this old man ask one small thing from you. If these words touched even a corner of your heart, if even one sentence made you feel you are not alone, then do two small things for me. First, press that red button below and subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it tells me my voice reached one more soul before I leave this world. Second, touch the like button once, just once. It helps this message travel to someone else who is sitting in the dark tonight, searching for light. And if you really want to make this old man smile, write one line in the comment box. Anything. Even just, I am listening. Because when I read that, I will know the fire has been passed on. Thank you, my child. Go now and become the person you were born to be. I will be here tomorrow night, same time, waiting for you. Subscribe so the elder's voice never dies. Like so someone else finds light tonight. Comment one word: listening.